Hello friends, Clage back to another Punishing Grey Raven video today, and I finally have my test server account actually functioning and able to do stuff. So I thought since we're less than a week to the Wither to Shine patch, I would take you all on a quick tour of what we have on the test server and kind of show you what's coming here in visual form instead of just the usual me telling you what's coming in the preview videos. So I'm going to go through this stuff real quick. A lot of this is very pertinent information, especially if you're a free-to-play player, because we are getting a lot of free stuff in this patch, including multiple characters. So let's just kind of go over everything that's going on in this patch. First and foremost, some of the more minor things. We have some new UI updates in terms of things for purchasing in the top-up shop. Now when you go to purchase something, you get this new fancy pop-up that, confirms what you're buying and your purchase. So not really a huge change, mostly just visual, but it's nice to be there. As for the actual supply packs in this patch, nothing really out of the ordinary. It's pretty similar to the same stuff we've been offered in all the global sync patches, so nothing that's like the greatest deal of all time, but there is plenty of high value and, not quite as high value packs available if you're a spender. If you're wondering why every single pack is sold out here, don't worry. While I am a filthy whale on my actual PGR account, the test server comes with giving us a boatload of rainbow cards so that we can have enough tickets and stuff to roll the constructs and their weapons and their cubs and everything so we can do proper testing and get content out ahead of time and, make better guides for y'all. So big thanks to the Kuro content creation staff. They help us out a lot. They are a huge reason that not only I, but a ton of PGR content creators out there are able to get you information quicker and make videos ahead of time, like guides and stuff like that. So big thanks to them. This wouldn't be possible without all their help, so we definitely appreciate it. So minor UI change there. If you go into your character profile, as promised in the preview video, you are now able to edit your gender to whatever you would like in the profile. Do note this has a cooldown, so make sure you choose right, otherwise you're stuck with whatever you chose for a month before you can edit it again. As mentioned prior, this does not have any public viewership on it, so if someone clicks on your profile, they cannot see what you've chosen for your chosen gender. There is also a non-binary option for those of you who are non-binary, and as a reminder, this will only matter when it comes to in-game dialogue, so story beats, interactions, anything that involves the commandant's pronouns being used are the only thing this affects. It doesn't change anything else. So you're free to change it if you'd like. You also can completely ignore it. It's just there if you want to use it. So that is available. In addition, we are getting reruns of all the old summer coatings. So these are the summer coatings that have been around for quite some time. Most of these characters are very outdated. In fact, there's not a single one of them that are still meta at this point. But if you're a coating collector or any of these are old favorites of yours and you'd like to have the summer coating around, if you want to have them be your lobby assistant or whatnot, these will be available for the duration of the patch. But let's talk about the stuff that most of you are going to care about. That'd be the free stuff. So this section, the Thunderbolt manual, is probably the most important part of this patch in terms of what you'll want to focus on, especially as free-to-play players. This is where we will be getting free copies of Crimson Weave herself, her 6-star weapon, her cub, as well as a copy of 21 Feral. And then if you want to be a light spender, you can also get a copy of her weapon and some other rewards. But let's go through this piece by piece so you kind of know what to prepare for. So how this works is we are given missions in each phase to clear out to get the rewards. So the nice thing is these missions are very, very simple. A lot of them are going to be missions that you complete before you even download this patch, because it's stuff like completing the first chapter of the story, leveling a weapon to 10, doing your dailies once. So you're going to clear these out super easy. This is not going to be a difficult ladder for you to clear if you are playing the game even modestly regularly during the patch. So I do highly recommend that you check out the missions in each phase. We can only see what's been unlocked so far. You can only go as far as you've cleared out, but this is incredibly worth doing. A free copy of Crimson Weave, her weapon, and her cub is kind of nuts for just doing what amounts to basic missions. You're also going to get some leap supplies as well as a weapon resonance. That's just 7,500 black card value straight up because it's just a random 6-star weapon if you want to think of it that way. So very good rewards here. Again, you're going to get through a lot of these missions by just playing the game organically. The only reason I don't have more of this cleared out is because my test account is brand new, so I've barely done anything on this particular account. As for 21's Battle Pass, so this works just like the normal Battle Pass. The top row is free. Everything will be available as long as you're doing the missions. You will get everything up top, which includes the free copy of 21 herself. Also has some other nice goodies in it. 100 paint cage skulls is always nice. A free weapon resonance, again, super nice thing to get. And then we also get the harmonization material so that you can harmonize 6-star weapons. This is effectively a free clear of Clash Reflection, so that's something we only get to do every 2 weeks and only if you can clear the entire run, so this is a nice bonus as well. If you are willing to spend a little bit, the bottom half of this Battle Pass is incredibly high value. It's only 68 rainbow cards, which is not a lot, and you get some black cards, you get 21's weapon, and you get a bunch of pain cage skulls. I believe it's 400. That's a lot. That's almost an entire character's worth of pain cage skulls right there. And then we also get a couple more weapon resonances and a chunk of the harmonization materials. So if you're a light spender, I highly recommend considering the lower half of 21's Battle Pass, especially if you don't have her and this is how you're unlocking her. Getting her 6-star weapon for free, as well with a bunch of other goodies, is pretty sick. So definitely worth considering doing that. In addition, in the Thunderbolt manual, we have another specialized gacha that will come with a S-rank selector. This is a very unique S-rank selector. It goes for the whole game. Every single Omniframe available you can get with this S-rank selector all the way up to Nana Knight. So, how this works is essentially each roll is going to cost you more and more through each pull. So you see it starts at 100 cards, goes up to 250, all the way up to 3,500 for the final 10th pull if you have to go the distance to get the S-rank selector. The TLDR is that this is effectively the exact same rate as a normal gacha. If you have to go the distance to pity, you will have to spend 15,000 black cards to get here. But if you are a newer player or you just started in the Global Sync and you've had to skip one of the recent S ranks because you're either tight on black cards as a new player or you're saving as much as you can for the Devil May Cry collab, this is an excellent way to fill a gap in your roster for only 15,000 black cards. I say only, I realize that is a lot of currency. That is a lot of roll currency, but 100% S-rank selectors for the entire cast does not happen in this game almost ever. So if you are looking for a way to fix a hole on your roster or pick up something you missed, I highly recommend considering this. If you get it early, sweet, that's always good. But if you intend to do this banner, please plan to go all the way to pity, because the other rewards that come with it are nothing special. This is all stuff we can get from event shops and basically playing the game organically. So if you are going to do this, make sure you're going to go the distance on it. But again, 100% rate up S-rank selector for the entire cast, that's a rarity. So I definitely recommend considering taking advantage of this if you have the currency to do so. We also get this meritorious supply pack option. Most of this is just free stuff. It's just free, evolution materials, leveling materials, all that stuff. The ones that are not free are actually still free. It's just kind of janky. How these work are you are basically exchanging black cards to a different form of roll currency, and in the process of doing so, you get a bunch of level up materials in the transactions. So this turns your 500 black cards into 500 orange construct cards, for the event banners, and then on top of it, you just get some experience pods, memory experience, skill points. You can do these 5 times on this one. The weapon one you can do 3 times. It comes with its own set of materials, and the cub one also comes with its own set of materials. You don't need to do this, but it is effectively free stuff if you are very particular about what you do and don't pull on. So let's say if you always skip the cub, obviously I would not recommend converting any black cards to cub tickets, because then that's not going to do much good for you. But if you do occasionally roll on a cub, this one's even worth doing, even though cub tickets are for all and effective purposes, the least valuable, quote unquote, of the pole currencies. Getting a bunch of Cub skill points is still nice, and you get it effectively for free. So, something to have down there just in case you are curious. There is also a tutorial for the entire Lightning team. Obviously, we're getting the top 2 characters, Crimson Weave and 21, for free. So, a lot of people are going to be getting brand new characters, so they want to teach you how to use the modern Lightning team. And Nana Knight, of course, is available in our current patch to roll on, or if you miss her and want to use that S rank selector on the specialized research from this, Nana Knight is obviously an option there, but nothing too special in this tutorial. You'll get some black cards out of it, so I recommend doing it. It won't take very long, but just something else to grab out of there. In addition to all of that stuff in the Thunderbolt manual, we also have Lilith's unique research format. So how this works is the Insatiable Research option here comes in, and as you do various missions that are scattered throughout the patch, so there's all kinds of stuff related to the event modes and daily and weekly modes and spending serum, all the stuff you would expect. But if you do all the missions, you will eventually get enough of these cards that convert into roles that only work on Lilith's banner. You will be able to go all the way to Pity and get every single reward out of this banner just by doing the daily missions. You won't have to spend a single black card to do this. In the process, you'll get a copy of Lilith herself, you'll get her 6-star weapon, and you will also get some of the shop currency that's unique to this banner. The shop is notable for having a couple really good things. It has a copy of Lilith's Cub that you can get, as well as 20 more of her shards that you can get just by doing the missions and spending the currency. So definitely recommend going through these. These are quite good rewards for just doing what amounts to effectively daily and weekly missions. Also of note, this particular banner, this specific Lilith banner, is permanent. You can do this as quickly or as slowly as you like. There is no rush to do it. However, there is a reason to try and rush through this during the patch, because if you clear out the banner that is permanent, you will unlock a limited time banner, which has another copy of Lilith, as well as more shop currency, and you'll get back 3,000 orange construct tickets in the process of rolling on this. Now, the caveat for this part of the banner is that you're not going to go all the way to Pity on this banner without spending some black cards. You will have to spend a little bit to be able to get here. But if you're interested in getting ahead on Lilith and getting her up to, say, to double S3 or even triple S plus out the gate, this is a good way to get ahead on that. And if I've done my math right, it should be right around 4,000-ish black cards to clear out this entire second half of this banner. And 4,000 black cards for effectively another free copy of a character is not bad at all. You also get more of the shop currency, which contributes to more of her shards and her cub if you haven't picked it up already. So that is not a bad deal at all. That said, 4,000 black cards, still 4,000 black cards. And I know a lot of you are saving, a lot of you are hoarding for DMC. And of course, you don't need to spend a dime to get Lilith. That is not required. You can do it by going to the voucher shop. As you can see, she has been added just like everybody else. So if you want to get Lilith and keep it completely free to play, that is entirely possible. Don't feel compelled to do that limited time banner if you don't think you need to be out ahead of Lilith's evolutions. So, other minor thing, we do get some free pulls in this patch for all the different banners. So, the weapon banner, the base banner, as well as the actual event banners themselves. We will get some free pulls throughout, so make sure you're using those. Those do expire after a set amount of time. So, just check the R&D page every day to see if you got any freebies that you need to use. But other than that, that's most of the main stuff that I think people are going to be interested in planning around for this particular patch. There's a lot of free stuff, free characters, free weapons, including a brand new character that's meta S rank in Lilith. Is a pretty awesome deal. We are getting a lot of value out of this patch. It also should be a much more manageable patch because it's a double patch, not a triple patch. So that's going to be nice for content creators like me who got very crunched at the beginning of the current patch. I'm not going to lie, the start of the Lucia and Nana Knight patch was a lot. That was a lot to get done, and YouTube is effectively a hobby I use to pay for what I put into PGR. So I was very glad to get a little bit of a break and have some time to kind of slow down and get back to a normal schedule because I've had some actual real life obligations I needed to take care of. And summertime is where event mode kicks up for me. This is why videos have been a little sparse lately. I kind of got everything done I wanted to do in the current patch, and I have Combo Breaker coming up. I have Evo coming up in a couple months, so video uploads might be a little bit more spread out for the upcoming patches, but rest assured I'm still going to be putting out all the stuff you would expect for each patch. And the good news is my event season will basically be winding down and ending right around the time that Devil May Cry should pop, so I'll be able to focus on nothing but that once that drops. But I do apologize again for some of the sparseness. I've just had a lot going on, and since I got everything I really wanted to talk about out with the current patch, I took it as a chance to kind of reset and get myself some time to, one, work on this test server account, and two, just give myself a chance to breathe. So, but I'm going to have plenty of stuff coming. I just wanted to take some time, kind of show you around the test server, give you a chance to plan ahead and figure out how you're going to approach getting all the free goodies in this patch. But that's going to do it for this one. So if you got any particular questions, feel free to let me know. Do keep in mind this is a test server. There are things subject to change. There might be minor alterations, but the Thunderbolt manual and all this stuff is exactly how it was on the Chinese server. We're going to get this no matter what, so you can bank on this being there. But there might be minor alterations and other things that go on that you'll want to, prepare for, just in case they do some updates before the patch actually goes live on global. So yeah, again, thanks for your patience. I appreciate you all hanging out while I kind of get back on a normal schedule here. And we should have plenty of stuff coming very soon. My intention is to hopefully have Ishmael's guide on the day of the patch, if not the day after, to have the Lillith's guide before she can even be rolled. I should mention that real quick. Lillith will not be available for the first week of this patch, just like the other double S rank construct patches we've had. She'll be available 1 week after the patch launches. So this banner will not be up for the first week of the Wither to Shine patch. Just keep that in mind. So anyway, that's going to do it. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope you're ready for Wither to Shine to show up. There's going to be a lot to say about Ishmael. She's a very unique character. I'm still learning the rotation and kind of getting all my notes sorted for the guide, but that'll be coming in the very near future. So, yeah. If you got any questions, let me know. As always, want to do the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, etc. Always appreciated, never necessary. And I will be back with plenty more content here in the very near future. But until then, y'all take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.